Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Band of Ogres, and this is going to be a 2 to 5 player game published by Sneaky Labs Game. Now, keep in mind that this is a prototype version of the game, so this game is subject to change. Some of the components might change a little bit, some of the art might change a little bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a basic idea how the game plays, so hopefully that'll translate into the final copy and give you a great idea if this game is for you. Now, in this game, you're going to be trying to create your band of ogres to get performances to gain gold so that you can bribe the judges and get your victory points that way. And this is a race to a certain set number of victory points. Once that's hit, you're gonna do one more round, the game will end, and the person with the most victory points will win. Let's go ahead down the table. I'll show you how this game plays, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. Alright, so this is Band of Ogres, and the thing to remember about this game is it's a prototype, so it is subject to change as time goes by here before the final copy is done. So in the Battle of Ogres, you're going to go to Ogre Palooza, the greatest ogre music festival in the world. You are an ogre band leader trying to win the grand prize. You must assemble a band of orgs and perform, gaining gold from the audience. You will then spend that gold bribing the festival judges, but be aware, some audience members will throw rotten tomatoes if they don't like how you play. So the setup for this game is pretty easy. You're going to shuffle the ogre cards, and you're going to deal 6 face up here to each player. So here's the Band of Ogre cards. You're going to deal 6 to each player. So I'm going to have 6 cards here. You're going to shuffle the performance deck and place it within reach of all the players. Each of the players is going to start with 2 gold cubes here. Do not use the ruby cubes because they are worth 5 gold. Those will be these little red cubes. Now, again, this will be all subject to change here. You're going to then shuffle this win deck here. So here's your performance deck. You shuffle that, put it out. You shuffle the win deck, and you're going to place 6 of those out. Now, there is a setup if you're going to play with less players. If you're going to play 1 to 2 players, remove 2 of each of the win cards. For a 3-player game, remove 1 of each. There's multiple copies of these. And for 4 or 5 players, remove none. Now, there is going to be a little mini expansion that you can play. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but we won't play it in this initial game here. So now that you have your hand of 6 cards here, we're ready to play this game. Now, in this game, you're going to be doing only one of 2 things. You're going to pursue gold or spend gold. Okay, so now for a quick overview of the game. You're going to be using these ogre cards here to form your band. And you're going to try to get sets of these cards to be able to perform, make a performance to gain gold. You can use your gold to buy win cards up here, which provide victory points and special powers, or both. The youngest player is going to go first, and the play is going to go clockwise after that. And you only have 1 of 2 decisions on your turn. You can either pursue gold or spend gold. Now, the goal here is trying to get 11 victory points in a 2-player game to win, 3 victory points in a 10 victory points in a 3-player game, and 9 victory points in a 4 to 5-player game. Once you get that, you will trigger the end game, and the person with the most victory points will win. So we're going to take turns deciding whether we want to pursue gold or spend gold. If you want to pursue gold, to gain gold, you must first form a band. To do this, you're going to collect these ogre cards. And on your turn, you take 1 ogre card either from the face down deck or from the face up discard pile. Now, actually, at the beginning of the game setup, you would have put one of those face up. So you could pick from there. So I could look at my hand here, and I'm trying to get the same thing going here. So let's see what I got going right now. So right now, I have 2 of these types, 3 of these types. I have 4 of these types here. So you can match type or color. So now I have 3 of yellow, but I have 4 of these. So I don't necessarily want that card. I'll go ahead and grab one from the top and see what I get. And I got a tambourine player, but now I have 4 and 4. So I have 4 of this green and 4 of these type of performers. So I'll show you what that means in a second. But basically, when you're pursuing gold, you're going to take your card and you're going to add it to your hand. Now your hand limit is going to be 8 cards. And that can be divided into 2 groups of 4 and 4, which I currently have. Well, I don't have. I have 4 and 3 technically, whichever way you do it. So if I want to play a performance, I need to have 2 groups of 4 and 4, or a group of 3 and 5. So right now I have 3 and 4, or 4 and 3. So I don't have that. Once I have that done, I can put on a performance. So let's say it gets back to me. I want to draw another card. Okay, so I'm going to draw another card. Oh, I got this horrible drummer guy. Don't need him either. But not that he's horrible, he's just not good for me. So, and you wouldn't have your cards out here for everyone to see. So let's say it's later on, people discard cards, and that's a discard card. Oh, you know what? That'll work. I can set up a 4-4 or 4-3, so I'm ready to go. Now I have over 8 cards, so I have to discard a card, but I can put on a performance. So if I put on a performance, this is basically how it's going to work. Once I have 4 in my band, I will have to say Band of Ogres and lay down your cards face up. Okay, so I'm ready to give a performance. So what I would do here is I would place out my cards here. And I have 4 yellow here. And I have 4 of these trumpet players. All right, then I'm going to shuffle up this deck, and I've already shuffled it up, and I'm going to start placing out cards. Now this first card I place out, I have to match the color here. So I match the color, so I'm going to put a gold on that one. So if my I can gain a gold from that. Now, oh no, I have a tomato thrown. Now that's not too horrible because I'm good until the second tomato hits. If the second tomato hits, my performance immediately ends, and I'm going to have to pay 2 gold. Now, and to lose another of my ogres here, I'll have to move one up. And I'll show you what that means when you move them up. So I would lose 2 gold and lose another ogre. So I flip this one here. Oh, so this one has to be that player here, the loot, I think it is. So I'm going to push this one forward, and I get to put 2 gold on here because now I'm doing risky bonuses. All right, now we're going to flip another one over. Oh, I can play this one. So I move this up, I'll get 2 more gold. And this is the push your luck element. Do I want to keep golding? Is that other tomato there? You know what? I want to get something cool. So I want to go ahead and go one more. Oh, I have to match the color. I'll push this up. And now I've gained 2 gold. And I can end my performance here if I want. If I end my performance here, I will get all my gold. And they'll get placed in my area because I didn't hit the 2 tomatoes. And I didn't push my luck too far. Now what will additionally also happen is I will lose all the cards that I put face up. That will go there. These are pushed up, sorry. These will all go back to my hand. Now something cool, on a future turn, now I have lots of gold. I can now spend gold and gain one of these cards. But before we're going to go over that, one of the things you might be asking is what happens if I get the 2 tomato cards immediately? Because that's not really fair. Well, there is a 2 tomatoes within the first 4 performance cards will have a special rule to it. That's going to be the early tomato rules. In this case, your performance does not end, but you do not have to pay. Does end, but you don't have to pay the double tomato penalty, and you get to keep any gold you gained instead of not get it. And you don't have to discard whatever cards you pushed up to do the performance. So actually getting those 2 early tomatoes really helps. So the other thing, when it gets back to my turn, that I said you could do is you could spend gold. Now that I have a lot of gold, I have 6, 8, 9 gold, I can buy something. So I could by just about anything on here except for here. Some of these give you bonuses. So this one's only costs 4 gold. This one gets +1 points at the end of the game. +1 point for every voter card they have. And this is 2 points. Oh, sorry. I get 1. So 2 points. Every voter card you have is worth 2 victory points. Sorry about that. I can't talk today. So this card here can be super valuable because it can get me more points if I can pull out more of these voter cards and get me closer to the win condition. In this case, we're pretending we're playing a 5-player game, so I would need 11 victory points. Or I could just pick up this one here. It has no bottom part to it, but it's just straight up 3 victory points. I think I will go for the ballot card here. So I'll pay my 4 gold. And that's it. I'll flip over a new card. Comes around to me again. And you know what? I still have some gold left. So you know what? I will pick up that voter card. So now I have 1 point for that. And then I get 2 additional points for that. And that's it. So it comes back to me around to me, and maybe I need to start getting some more gold. So I'm going to start looking at forming a new band. And maybe I do grab from this card because now I have 4 of these. And again, we're going to be trying to get those sets so we can put on another performance and get more victory points. And like I said, the game will continue until someone has hit the victory point amount that we're looking for in our player count, in this case 11 victory points. So what happens at that? After that, everyone gets 1 more turn, ending with the person who was the active player when the triggered amount of victory points was gained. Note the final round can actually occur on another from another player who is not the active player. So meaning getting cards or doing different things, especially when you use this expansion here and you get these thief cards. So that will end the game, and the person with the most victory points at the end of the game will win. So now if there's a tiebreaker, tiebreakers go to the player with the lowest amount of win cards, so the lowest amount of these guys. After that, to whoever has more gold, and after that, they share the win. All right, so now there's a thief card option, which is this little tiny, oops, where'd it go? It's got a little tiny deck of thief cards. Here they are, because they have a little gold on them. So how this works, it's a optional part, and there's 5 cards to this game, and each player is going to get 1 of these cards. So I have this one here. It's blue, and it has the trumpet player on it. At any point during the game, but only once, if another player gains gold because of the color of the performance, so in this case blue, or the performer, in this case the trumpeter, I can play this card. So I present the card, the thief card, and I claim the gold that resulted in the match. You must do this before the start of the next player's turn, and discard your thief card from the game. So basically you're going to do this best when they're performing, and you say, hey, you know what? I'm taking that 2 gold. And that's pretty much it for the little mini expansion for Band of Ogres, a little thief thing. So if you play this game a lot, this is a high interaction little mini expansion you can add to the game itself. So that is, again, this is going to be a preview copy of the game. So this game is subject to change. Some of the rules might get changed around, but that in essence is going to be how you're going to play Band of Ogres. And let's go ahead back up the table here, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this game. Okay, so Band of Ogres. Now, Band of Ogres is a really neat sort of push your luck style game. I really like creating those sets and then trying to push my luck to gain more and more gold, and trying not to get those 2 tomatoes and having my performance ruined. This game here is great with younger audiences. So I play with this game with my kids, and it's a lot of fun, and it's very simple and easy to teach too. So I like that the colors really stand out, so you don't have to wonder which color is which color. And the different types of instrument players really stand out. So it's just simply, hey, I flip that card. Do you have that color? If you don't have that color, you can't gain the gold from that performance. If you do, you'll gain gold from that performance. And just really fun, fast game. I really think that if you're looking for a family style game that you can teach pretty easily, play pretty quickly, and have a good time doing it, Band of Ogres is one you're going to want to check out. And that's my thoughts on the game. Thank you for watching.